Hey, and welcome to my first What's on my phone video, and I'm starting off with What's on my Android video, and I'll be continuing in a few days with What's on my iPhone video. Now, doing a What's on my Android video is kind of hard for me because I have a lot of Android phones. I use multiple phones whichever day I wake up and I feel like I want to use a Sony today, I'll grab the Sony phones that I have. If I want to use a Motorola phone, I'll grab a Motorola phone that I have. If I want to use a Nokia, you get the idea. But for this video, I've selected the top 3 phones that I use, and phones that actually have, well, those two don't have that many differences, but this and that one have a few differences that I use them for, a few slight variations, and I'll be talking about exactly what's on the phone and what I use the phones for. This phone is a Motorola One 5G locked onto the Verizon network, the Motorola One 5G UW, meaning ultra wideband for the Verizon network. And this thing is a Motorola G Stylus that I recently repaired. This thing's display takes a while to get a bit brighter. The replacement display was not ideal for this, and I'm thinking of actually getting a better replacement display because it kind of takes a while to get a bit brighter as it heats up. And this is a Nokia 2V Tele that I don't use much anymore. However, I've done a full review on this thing up there if you want to go check it out, and that will be also followed by the unboxing video to this phone. I use this occasionally, but not as much as these two. So yeah, let's jump right into my first What's on my Android video. And like I said, the iPhone video will be coming up soon. But before we jump right in, don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button if you already haven't and you want to support this channel. Also, check out my social media down in the description below. And now let's jump right into this video. So we'll first talk about what's on the Motorola One 5G UW and then move on. So what we have up first is Reddit, which I just generally use to browse tech-related stuff, vintage mobile phones, Nokia, Android, Motorola, iOS, Apple Watch Fitness, and stuff like that. It's generally kind of my hangout spot when I'm really not doing anything. Just see what everyone is up to, have a couple of friends on Reddit. There are some great communities that I follow, especially vintage mobile phones. Basically, people who still try and use older mobile phones and collect them, and it's just generally a nice community. So yeah, the first one is Reddit, kind of my hangout spot, if you may. Up next, we have Discord, which you should definitely go join my Discord server. Like I said, you can find the link to it in the description below. We have a great community, talk about all things tech, and there's a lot to discuss there. Basically anything tech related: iPods, laptops, iPads, phones, software updates, software mods, repairs. There's a really good community of like-minded people like myself, so you should definitely go ahead and check out my Discord server. So that is Discord. Next is Instagram. As you can see here, I use that just generally to promote my videos and just post random stuff that I'm doing with my phones. Again, you can go follow me on that if you wish as well. I have a couple of followers on Instagram, a couple of friends as well, a good community of like-minded people. I use this mainly as well when I'm bored to just browse stuff on the side as well. So that is my Instagram. Nothing too spectacular, just a bunch of stuff that I post, generally pertaining to my videos, and occasionally stuff that I'm doing on the side as well, but everything is generally related to technology. Up next, we have Facebook and Messenger that I barely use anymore. I'm generally not a big fan of Facebook, but I do call people on Messenger as well. Don't really use those. I mainly keep this phone for my basic management purposes of my social media with relevance to my account. So not my personal social media. My personal social media is all on my iPhone. My Techformative social media, meaning my YouTube, my Instagram and stuff related to my YouTube channel, and my Odyssey is on my Android device. So this is technically all for my YouTube social media, if you may. Then I have YouTube over there on that side, and we have YouTube Studio as well. This is the YouTube Studio app basically, where I control and I can see all my likes, dislikes, comments, everything. I usually reply to comments on this phone or on my iPhone if I'm using it at the time. YouTube Studio is a very convenient app to have for a creator. You can see everything in real time, subscribers, comments, everything in general. A really nice app to use. I wish the audio section also would come to the mobile app as well, but they still have not implemented that for now. Next we have Google Chrome, Photos, and the camera application, and that's just basically the front of my phone. Now when you look up here, I have my clock and weather data up there, and with the date as well. Moving on to this side, we have the music player. Now the music player I'm using on this phone, I'm not using the stock Google music player. The music player I'm using is the Museo player. I usually use something called Black Player, but Museo player is a bit better and it's a bit more customizable than Black Player. I don't listen to much music on this phone. This is just a bunch of older phones, bunch of older music that I have on this phone. I generally listen to music on my iPhone, but I just copied a bunch of songs over, and I do have the widget up here. As you can see there, it shows a large image of the album cover. This is Five Finger Death Punch, Doctor Settles In from the F8 album. If you know that song, hit that big thumbs up button. And just a bunch of other songs that I really don't listen to much anymore. This is a nice song though, Ava Max, and Linkin Park of course, but most of my songs are on my iPhone. So up next we have Twitter, which you can also go follow me on there. I follow a bunch of people such as, Jeremy Clarkson is up top. I really love the Grand Tour, and I used to like Top Gear back when. The only reason I liked Top Gear was because of Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond, and James May. Now I watch the Grand Tour instead of Top Gear, and I also watch Clarkson Form. So I do follow Jeremy Clarkson and a bunch of other people on Twitter as well. Generally tech related, but also non-tech related, like cars and stuff. I do follow Barnacles, Nerdgasm, Linus, and the big names. In general, as you can see, I don't really follow many people, but you can go ahead and check me out on Twitter if you wish. I do occasionally post stuff, but they're usually video related as well, so you can go check me out on Twitter. I also watch Twitch from time to time. I have not signed in. For some reason, it's auto signed me out. I was signed in before actually, but it signed me out for some reason. I don't know why. I don't really use it much. I usually use Twitch on this phone, and we'll talk about that in a bit. And that's signed in there. I watch Apex Legends streamers such as Daltouche, TSM, Snipedown, and a couple of other, generally Apex Legends streamers. Sometimes Cyberpunk when I'm bored, or maybe No Man's Sky, because No Man's Sky is a game that I really, really love. So that's Twitch. Tubi, now you may be asking, what the hell is Tubi? Tubi is a movie streaming app. Now, I have this strange liking for odd, low-budget horror movies like Shark Attack movies, all those Jaws ripoffs, Octopus, Tora, that it was an Italian shark movie. I like these strange, like, monster movies. Now, you know, there are movies like The Meg and stuff that are generally mainstream. However, I've run out of all the monster movies that I could watch and I've had to dig through the bowels of the horrible low-budget industry to find cheaply made monster movies, which I actually enjoy. They're like crappy low-budget stuff. What's the name of that movie? Giant Shark vs. Octopus, I think those is called. They're stupid movies, they're low budget, but I really like them for some reason. And Tubi is an app that you can watch them. You won't find those silly movies on HBO, Netflix, or anywhere. You won't find them anywhere, actually. They're just so badly made. HBO and Netflix do not want anything to do with those movies. So the only place you'll find them is basically apps and websites like Tubi. So I do watch a few on Tubi, but whenever I do find one that I could purchase in disc, I'll buy it in disc. However, if I really can't find it anywhere, Tubi is usually where I can find them. Accu Battery is just a battery health monitor that you can see here. I used to monitor the health of these phones' batteries because these phones, I bought them used. They're locked. I do not have any SIM cards in them. They're Wi-Fi only devices. So I just monitor the battery health of these because Android, as of now, does not have a battery health monitoring system built into it. As far as I can tell, Motorola does not have. But that's generally all the apps that you can see up front. I have Amazon Shopping as well, and there's a bunch of apps that I really don't use. I use Files, obviously, to see my files. Motorola Actions, I do use it, obviously, for actions and stuff when I want to change stuff up. And everything else is just the stock apps. We have Verizon apps as well. Everything else is built-in stock apps. There's nothing much. I usually have my Yahoo Mail widget over here with my live updates to my mail, and on this side I have my Google Mail widget, but I took them off in the interest of privacy for this video, but I usually have the Yahoo one here, and on the next page I have my Google Mail widget as well. Moving on to this side, we have the news section pertaining to the cookies and stuff that I search on Google. Basically using cookies, they can promote and basically show me stuff that I'd like to see, articles that I'd like to see, like for example Apex Legends. We are looking at the leaked OnePlus 7 prototype that looks a lot like the Google Pixel 6, and games and tech in general, stuff that I like to see, movies, reviews, developer stuff, things like that, generally on the Google news section over there. I really spend a lot of time in this area I just keep on updating it and seeing what I basically can read when I'm bored. So that's generally my Google my Android on my Motorola One 5G. So now we'll move on to the Motorola G Stylus over there. Let me go ahead and get it. Now, sorry about the low brightness. I've actually put the brightness to max, but this display is not really cooperating today. The replacement is somewhat defective as the brightness has reduced over time. But as you can see, what I have on this phone is YouTube, Reddit, Facebook, the Play Store, Instagram. And again, these are all my Techformative stuff except Facebook and Messenger. Everything else is Techformative related. Google, the YouTube Studio, Messenger, Discord, and this phone I generally use for gaming as well, because this case has a kickstand that I put it on its kickstand and I use it for gaming with an Xbox controller. And we have Call of Duty over there, Call of Duty Mobile. I play that a lot with an Xbox controller. I have Twitch again. This is where I actually watch my Twitch streams because it's logged in. Tubi on this as well when the battery is low on that. Twitter, I don't think I've logged into Twitter on this. Battery monitor, because this phone was water damaged, so I kind of have to monitor this thing's battery a lot. So battery monitor. I have a notes app here that I can add notes to if I may, and I can see it on my home screen when I swipe over. I have stocks, generally stocks that I'd like to see: Dogecoin, Tesla, Wendy's, stuff like that. Again, Museo player with the customized listing. The songs on this are slightly different, I think. Don't really listen to these either, but whatever. Museo player is there. To this side, I don't want to show you because my Yahoo Mail and stuff is also on that side. But yeah, Yahoo Mail's over there. Google Mail is also over there on that side. I kind of forgot to delete them. That is what's on that. When I go into here, you can see there's Angry Birds as well. I kind of like Angry Birds too. I finished one, I have to finish two. Call of Duty, and identical apps, but this phone is a Metro PCS phone, so it's going to be different from the Verizon phone. A bit more bloat apps on the Metro PCS side. Both of them are running Android 11, by the way, so yeah. Skyforce Reloaded is a game I've played since like 2012, and I do play it still. I used to play it on iOS back in the day. But now I play it on Android. The weather channel, I do have a weather widget also, but I've taken that off as it has my location. Tubi, again, like I said earlier, a bunch of other apps as well that I really don't use. The stocks app is also there. This is generally my gaming and phone that I won't really put this phone down to phone that I use when I'm bored. It's just I interchange these two so often, but when it comes to gaming, I do play on this with an Xbox controller. and when the battery on that is dead. The Nokia 2 VTEL are identical purposes, but I don't game on it. I just use it for checking out my social media and stuff. But yeah, that's basically what's on my Android phone. Also, the camera on this phone both cameras are destroyed, so I can't take photos with this. But that kind of covers what's on my Android, my two main Android phones, and that one occasionally. Let me know if there's any way I can make this video series a bit better, what's on my Android, because I kind of changed things up over time. Let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed this video and what you'd like to see added or removed with my what's on my iPhone video, which I'll be releasing in a few days. So let me know down in the comments. As usual, I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to leave a like on this video or a dislike, and let me know down in the comments why you didn't like the video. If so, I'm just looking for honest opinions here. Check out my social media down in the description below. Hit that subscribe button, thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video.